Hey everyone, I'm Claire from Pilates Claire. Welcome to the studio. We are going to do a little workout today, focusing a little bit more on stretch. So in Pilates, we don't often hang out in stretches. We try to keep everything moving, but today we are going to work just a little bit more on getting a little bit of stretch here and there where we can. If any of the exercises don't feel right for you today, then just skip them or miss them out. Or if you know a modification that your body can do, then feel free to do that one instead. And if you have any comments, just comment below and I will get back to you. Remember, as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can stay updated. And I do really appreciate it. So let's make a start. Come down onto your mat. And we're just going to lay ourselves down and we're just going to have a big stretch first of all. So straighten your legs, point your toes, reach back through your arms, let your ribs lift and just stretch everything out. Take a couple of deep breaths here and then bring your right knee into your chest. You can hold behind the thigh, you can hold your shin and just pull that leg in. And if you want to lift your head up to reach your knee, but if that doesn't feel good for you, then don't worry about it. Just stay with your head down on the floor and then switch your legs around. Pull the left leg in, lift the head and chest. If you're doing that bit, keep reaching this right leg, reach it long and on the mat. Try not to let it lift up. Try and press down through the whole of the leg and roll yourself down. Bring both legs in and just rock side to side. Good. Take your feet down onto the mat, take them hip width apart. So starting with the pelvis in a neutral position, so your pubic bone and the two hip bones are on the same plane, arms long by your side into a few pelvic tilts. So closing that gap between the lower back and the mat by drawing your abdominals in and up. So you're strong here, and then inhale back to neutral. Exhale into that pelvic tilt. Inhale back to neutral. So just warming up through the lower back. Make sure the back of your neck is long. So you don't want to be here. Try and tuck your chin in as if you're going to look over the tops of your knees. Keep going with those pelvic tilts. Try not to let the bottom lift up. I don't know if you can see this, but you don't want to, push with your legs too much and get really tight here so that the bottom is almost off the mat. That's not quite what we're looking for. That's going to work your legs more than your abdominals. So I want you to just think of lifting in and up and pushing the tailbone away from you. So you create length to the front and the back of the body. So we're not shortening one bit to lengthen another. Not how it works in Pilates. We're looking for the length everywhere. Do one more. Try not to let your knees drop out to the side. Think of squeezing those legs towards each other. We're going to come into some hip rolls now. So rolling up through your spine. Trying to roll up through each vertebra one by one. Take a deep breath here. Feel those glutes working, feel your legs working, and then roll down through each vertebra, trying to place each one down on the mat one at a time. Back to that neutral position, then rolling up. Send those knees forwards over your toes, and then roll yourself down, making sure that you're breathing throughout. So I like to exhale as I'm rolling up and inhale here when I'm at the top and exhale again as I roll down. But as long as you're breathing, I'm not going to get too nitpicky about it. The main thing is that you're not holding your breath and that you're exhaling as fully as you possibly can. That's really important because that's going to help engage those deep abdominals. Good, let's do one more. Just make sure that your feet are staying pressed down. You don't want your feet to lift up like that or to roll in or out. So pressing down through the feet and rolling down. Good. Bring your knees into your chest. We're going to go into the 100. So there's loads and loads of variations for 100. We are working on stretch today, so I'm going to take our feet straight up towards the ceiling. So we lengthen up, heels together, toes apart, squeeze those legs in, lift the arms, you curl up, look towards your belly button, pump the arms, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, full exhalation. Keep pumping those arms really vigorously. It's a good warm up. Good. Keep going. Keep reaching those legs long. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Absolutely fine. If you can, get that stretch through your legs. And we'll do one more set. And then hold. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll back. Rock side to side. Good. Take your legs long onto the mat and then point your feet, squeeze your legs together, reach your arms overhead. Now get that stretch like we did at the start, but instead of letting your ribs lift up, see if you can work on keeping your ribs pressing down into the mat. And then flex your feet, lift your arms up, roll all the way up, reach forwards. If you can reach hold of your toes, and see if you can grab your toes and see if you can reach forwards a little bit more. So get a bit more of a stretch. I'm going to reach and reach and reach a bit more. Reach the arms up, roll yourself down. Keep your legs straight. Point those feet, ribs stay down, arms go overhead. Lift the arms up, flex the feet, rolling up, reaching forwards. Get that stretch. And reach a bit more and a bit more and rolling down. Now, if you can't reach your feet, don't worry about it. You know, you could use like a belt around your feet so that you could hold the belt and then gradually walk a little bit closer towards your toes. So just do what you can. It's fine. We all have different levels of flexibility. There's people a lot more flexible than me, and equally, some of you are a little bit stiffer than me. It's good we're all different. And just do what works for your body. And we'll do one more. Get that nice stretch here before rolling up. Trying to send those heels forward. So as you come into your forward bend, try not to let the legs and the feet relax, okay? Just keep trying to push those heels away. And then come all the way down again. And we're going to bring that right knee into our chest. And you're going to press down through your left leg and push your left heel away from you. So you're really solid through this like your supporting side. And we're going to hold the back of the right leg. And we're going to reach that leg up towards the ceiling. So you get that big stretch through the back of the leg. Circle your ankle. Circle the other way. Back to center. Bring the arms down. And take this right leg, goes across the left leg, down and around. Go across, down and around. Keep pressing down through this left hip. So you try and keep it as still as you can. Keep the back of the neck long, the shoulders pressed down. And now we're going to circle the other way. So go out to the side, down and around. Keep trying to make that leg a little bit longer every single time. Last one. Hold the back of the leg again. Can you pull it back for a bit more of a stretch? Flex the foot, point, flex, point. Last one, flex and hold. Good. Lower that leg down. Press the right leg into the floor, point your left foot. Lift the leg up, hold the back of the leg for a stretch. Circle your ankle. And circle the other way. Good. Hold it here. Press the arms down. Keep your right hip stable. Press that right leg into the floor. Go across, down and around. Across, down and around. Good. Try and notice if one side feels a bit tighter than the other. We all have that. We just got to work with what we've got. And circle the other way, out to the side and around. Last one. Back to center. Hold the back of the leg. See if you can pull it back for a bit more of a stretch. And flex and point. Good. Last one. Hold and lower that leg down. Good. Lift the arms up, flex your feet, roll up to sitting. I'm going to go into roll like a ball. So you're going to pick your hips up, take them towards your feet, rock back so you're balancing on your seat bones. Take hold of one wrist if you can. If you need to hold behind the thighs instead, that's absolutely fine as well. Lift up and over. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Keep looking towards your belly button. Don't lead with your head, okay? So you got to keep tucked in through the upper part of the body. Good. We're going to do one more. And back to center. Good. Okay, we're going to come into single leg stretch. So we're going to do single leg stretch, double leg stretch, single straight leg, and our obliques. And we're going to do 5 of each. We're going to try and focus on getting as much length to the body as we can. Okay, so let's start with our left leg out in front. Right hand comes onto our right ankle, left hand on the shin. So we're going to pull this leg in and we're going to reach our left leg long. So we roll back. Keep your chest lifted. Lift your left leg to about 45 degrees and lengthen it away. Push through those toes. Pull your right leg in and we pull, pull and switch. Pull, pull and switch. You're pulling this knee into your chest as much as you can and you're pushing the other leg away as much as you can. Keep the pelvis nice and heavy. Keep the chest lifted. And now bring both knees in, hands on each shin, and we're going to extend. We have heels together, toes apart, and we're going to keep the chest lifted, and we're going to extend both arms and legs, and we're going to really lengthen as we inhale, exhale, circle the arms, bend the knees. Inhale, reach, exhale. 2 more. Good. And single straight leg. We're going to try and reach hold of our ankle. Lower the left leg down. We're going to pull, pull, and switch. And pull up towards your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle and you're a little bit lower down, that's fine. Just don't hold behind your knee. Don't want to hurt your knee. Last one. And come down for a little rest. I'm going to go into our obliques. So we're not going to do these really quickly. We are going to just do 3 on each side, and we're going to try and hold so we get a nice little rotation. So hands on the back of the head, and they're not interlaced or sort of pulling on your neck there. They're just there just for a little bit of support. So we curl up, and we're going to bring the knees in, and we're going to twist to our right and reach the left leg long and hold it here. And come in and the other way and hold. Try and look at the back corner of your mat and in. Good. We got one more on each side. Try not to kind of wobble onto one side. So you're trying to keep the pelvis nice and central. Back to center. Good. Come up to sitting. And then you're going to take your feet a little bit wider or maybe mat width apart, so not really wide with the feet, and try and keep your feet flexed. So if you need to bend your knees, if the backs of your legs are very tight, then just bend your knees. That's absolutely fine, or you can prop yourself up on some blocks, so whichever you prefer. We're going to take the arms out in front, we're going to sit up nice and tall, and exhale and round forwards. Hold it here, and then see if you can reach a bit more, and a bit more. And then grow taller as you come up to sitting. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale and round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and round. Good, inhale, come up. And then we are going to round our back, reach forward. See if you can just hold those feet and draw your head down towards the floor a little bit more. And rolling up. So we're going to do open leg rocker now. Now, if you struggled with roll like a ball, then you might find this one a bit tricky as well. So you're going to come forwards and then start with the knees bent, and you're going to hold your ankles. So your arms come to the inside. We hold the ankles here and rock to the back of the seat bones, and then see if you can find your balance. Now, this might just be enough for you today, and if it is, that's absolutely fine. If you can, see if you can extend your legs and hold. I'm going to inhale, roll back, exhale, roll up, and inhale back, hips come up, exhale, forwards again. Good, 3 more. If you need to hold like your calves, then that's fine. You know, if you can't reach your ankles, that's absolutely fine. Bring your knees in, take your feet down, and just have a little stretch here. Good. Okay, we are going to come into the saw. We're going to take our feet wider than our mat this time. And again, keep your feet flexed if you can. And then we are going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to reach those arms out to the sides. Think of your arms reaching nice and long. We're going to inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist and reach your opposite little finger towards your opposite little toe. And reach and reach and reach a bit more. Come up, center, exhale, twist the other way. Try and keep your weight in equal in your seat bones. Reach, reach, reach a bit more. Good. And again, sit up tall. Exhale to twist. Reach across. Use your breath to help. Good. Now this time, we're going to come into that twist and see if you can take hold of your shin, your calf, your foot, and see if you can get a little bit more twist and reach that arm and come up, and same on the other side. So reach, get a bit more twist, and then back to center. Good. Bring your arms down, circle your shoulders, and we are going to come into a little swan dive prep. So we're not doing the whole swan today. So you're going to turn over onto your front. Reach back through your legs. So if you've not done this before, then you probably want to start with your feet about hip width apart, or even a little bit wider is fine. In an ideal world, you're going to have your legs together, but sometimes that can cause a bit of a pinchy feeling in your lower back. So I would suggest starting wider to begin with. And I'm going to take our hands and just have them a little bit further forwards than our shoulders and also out to the side. So this is just like a really easy way of getting into a little bit of a back extension. So you're going to push back through your legs. So they're not floppy, they're extending back nice and strong. Abdominals are lifted, shoulders are down, and we're going to lift up. So you're pulling the chest forwards and up, and see if you can straighten your arms, but I don't want you here. You're going to pull those shoulders down. Try not to overextend the neck, and then come down. And again, coming up, and rolling down. We're going to add in a little head roll now. So we're going to come up and we'll turn our head, look over the right shoulder, roll the head down, look over the left shoulder, back to center and roll down. And again, coming up, look over your left shoulder this time, roll your head down, look over the right shoulder and back to center and roll down. Good. If you want to, you can take your hands a little bit closer so they're more underneath your shoulders this time, and then you can come up again. And then it's a bit of a stronger stretch here. I'm going to keep my elbows bent because I feel like if I'm going to straighten my arms, I'm going to push my shoulders up. So do what you need to do today, and then roll yourself back. And then step back on your heels and reach your arms forwards. So just stretch everything out. You can take your knees a little bit wider if you need to. Good. And roll yourself up. We're going to come onto our knees for thigh stretch. So we are going to have our knees hip width apart, and you want your feet in line with your knees. Make sure that that your ankles aren't crossed over or anything like that, or your feet aren't too far out to the side. So you're in a nice long position from a straight line from your knees up through to your ears. And the pelvis is lifted, the abs are engaged, and the glutes are engaged, the legs are engaged. The arms are going to come up and we're going to lean back in one long straight line. So we lean and we lift the arms, and we're going to hold. And we're going to come up. You should feel that work your thighs. It's called thigh stretch. Not necessarily a nice stretch. And lean back and come up. Last one. Hold it here. Squeeze those glutes and come up. Good. Back to center. We're going to take this into chest expansion. So take your arms out in front. Make fists with your thumbs on top. And then think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. So we're not squeezing and popping our ribs forwards and our chest forwards. We're just trying to open the front of the shoulders here, get a little squeeze with those shoulder blades, trying to get your shoulder blades a little bit closer to your spine. Okay, so we're here, squeezing gently through the shoulders. Abs are engaged, legs are engaged, just like that thigh stretch position. Press your arms down, press them back, hold, look over your right shoulder, center, left shoulder, center, bring the arms forwards. Couple of things to be aware of as we do this is to not let your shoulders roll forward. So yeah, I can take my arms all the way back here, but look how my shoulder is rounded forwards. So it's in front of my collarbones. That's not what I want. So I want my shoulders to be back here. So it's behind my collarbone. So that's one thing to look out for. Another thing to look out for is that your arms don't go too wide. You don't want them all the way out here. You want to try and keep them close to your body. So again, when you're ready, arms out in front, thumbs on top, make fists. You can do this with weights if you've got weights. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, open the chest, press down, reach back, look over the left shoulder, center, right shoulder, center, arms come forwards. Good. Again, open the shoulders, press down and back. Look over your right shoulder, center, left shoulder, center, arms come forwards. Last one. Open the shoulders, press down and back. Look over your left shoulder, center, right shoulder, center, arms come forwards. Good. Bring the arms down, sit back down, and we're going to take the legs out in front. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, this is not going to be a comfortable position for you. So you may want to just bend your knees a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so we're here. and we'll just do some arm circles, that's all. So we're going to take our arms out in front. So my knuckles are pushing forwards, and we're going to reach up and around, up and around, and grow taller as those arms come up. Last one, and then circle the other way. So we go back and around. And again, if you've got weights, do this with weights. Last one, back to center. Good. Cross your legs, sit on blocks if you need to make it more comfortable. And then we are going to see if we can take the shoulders just in front of our hips. So rather than being here, we're just going to be leaning slightly forwards. And hands are going to come behind the back, behind the neck rather, and just pull your elbows back a little bit. So we're not here, we're going to open that chest up, and we're going to push those arms up towards the ceiling and press down. So pushing up and pressing down. Try not to arch your back. So you're looking for a long, straight spine. Good. Back to center. Bring the arms down. Cross your legs the other way. And then we're going to go into hug. So we're going to lift the arms up. So you want to try and lift your elbows up a little bit. So rather than being here, we want to see if we can get those elbows up, little fingers down. And then you're going to open the back by squeezing the arms together, making like a circle shape as if you're hugging a tree. And then open the chest, pulling those shoulder blades together, keeping the spine straight. So we open the back, open the chest, open the back, open the chest. Good. Do two more. Again, if you've got weights or band, you can do this. And back to center. Bring the arms down. Circle back. And we're going to come into a plank and some push-ups. We'll do some side bends and some leg exercises. So nearly there. Okay, so when you're ready, let's come into a plank position. So start with your hands underneath your shoulders. If you prefer to do this with your forearms on the floor, then you can. And you want to feel like your two elbow pits are facing each other. So you don't want to spin your elbows forwards like that, okay? They need to face each other. And then we're going to step one leg back, step the other leg back. Make sure you're in a long straight line. You push back through your heels, so you get a stretch to the back of your legs. And we're just going to hold it here. Make sure you're not saggy through your chest. Push the floor away with those hands. Nice and strong. Good. Keep breathing. And then think of squeezing those legs together. Bring your heels together, toes apart. And then keep squeezing the legs. See if you can lift one leg up. Not really high. I want your hips to stay level. And then do the other one. And back to center. Bend your knees. Sit back on your heels. Little stretch here. And then we're going to come into some push-ups. So if you are not very good at push-ups, or you are just learning, then you might want to do these ones on your knees. You can do them from a half plank. So many variations for push-ups. So yeah, if you're not sure, I do have a tutorial on YouTube with the push-up exercise, so you can have a look at that. And if you need some help, then give me a shout. In Pilates, we are looking to bend the elbows and keep the elbows close to your sides. So you're working the back of the arm, so you're working the triceps and the whole back of the body, rather than when our elbows are wide and you're working through your pecs a bit more. More often than not, we're overly tight through the pecs anyway. So we want to start to try and work the triceps and back of the body instead. So we're just going to do 5. So, do 5 of whatever version that you want to do. And I'm going to do it from that plank position. So if we're here, we come into that plank, and then we're going to lower the chest all the way to the floor and push back up. And all the way down, keep those elbows tucked in. Make sure that they're full push-ups, so you come all the way back to this plank position. I don't want to see little ones. Was that 5? I can't remember. I'm going to do one more for luck. And then back to center. So sit back on my heels and reach the arms forwards. Good. Okay, come up to sitting. Take both your feet to one side in like a little mermaid position. And you're going to hold on to your ankles. So I'm just going to hold them there and I'm going to reach this arm up and we're going to go up and over into a side stretch. Lengthen out through the sides and back to center. Reach up. Think of reaching to the ceiling and then to the wall. And back to center. Last one. Reach up, up to the ceiling, up to the wall, and then let this elbow bend and just go over and see if you can look at your feet. Reach this elbow up towards the ceiling and back to center. Good. So take your hands down and then see if you can lift your legs up and around and then hold the ankles and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to reach up, go up and over, big stretch and center and reach up to the ceiling, up to the ceiling, up across to the wall and center and again reach up, go up and over and then bend the elbow, pull that elbow up towards the ceiling, turn your head and look at your feet. Good. Back to center. Lay down on your side. So line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Take your feet to the front of the mat. So we're going to press down with this bottom leg and we're going to point this top foot. My other hand is just going to rest just in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to reach this top leg nice and long. So from the waist, make the waist longer, push the toes away. We're going to lift the leg up and then we're going to flex the foot and we're going to lower down. So we kick it up, flex and down. Point, lift, flex and down. Last one. And then we're going to lift the leg up, flex the foot, see if you can draw that leg back towards you, bit of a bigger stretch, and then come down. Good. We're going to go into bicycle. So we're going to bring this top knee in towards our chest. So we're going to pull it in, and then we're going to extend that leg forwards, circle the leg around, keep pushing the thigh back, and then keep pushing the thigh back and bend your knee. So your foot comes towards your seat bone. And then pull the leg in, extend, reach it round, push back a bit more. Keep pushing back as you bend the knee and around. Good. So focus on getting this stretch through the front of the leg here and keep getting that stretch as you bend the knee. We'll do 2 more. And it should feel almost difficult to pull the foot in. You know, if I let my knee come forwards and bend the knee, then it's really easy. But if I keep the leg back here, then that's much more difficult. So then pull the knee in, and then we're going to reverse that. So we're going to go back, and then push the thigh back, reach the toes back, bring the leg around, push back, keep pushing back. Good. Two more. And back to center. We're going to take this top leg, bring it in front of the bottom leg, and shin rests on the mat. Flex your bottom foot, lift and lower your bottom leg. And back to center. Good. Okay, turn over, come on to the other side. Line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Bring the feet forwards. And then we're going to do our up downs first. So we point the leg, point the foot, reach the leg long, lift up, flex and down. Point, lift, flex and down. Kind of kick that leg up. Last one. Lift the leg, flex the foot. See if you can pull that leg in for a bit more of a stretch. And come down into your bicycle. Okay, so we're going to start with a knee into the chest. Extend it forwards, back. Keep pushing the leg back. Bend the knee. Bring the leg around. Good. Really push back through that thigh. Good. Couple more. Press through that bottom leg as well, because that's your stabilizing leg. Keep the leg in this time. Push back. Push the thigh back. Push the foot back. And around. Good. Couple more. And back to center. Take that top knee, bend the knee, shin on the mat, flex your bottom foot and lift and lower. And back to center. Good. Turn over onto your back. And do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So if you have got, if your hamstrings are tight and you've got a belt or a band that you can use to support your leg, then by all means do that. We're going to straighten that left leg. We're just going to bring the right leg in and then reach it up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Hold it here. Good. And lower that leg down. And then same with the left leg. Bring the thigh in, extend the leg up, flex the foot. Good. Try and get that leg straight if you can. So even if your leg is much lower, then have it low and just support your thigh with a belt or a band. So really trying to push through the back of the leg, make sure the quad is engaged and get that stretch. Good. Bring the leg down, bend both knees. And then we're going to lift the right leg into tabletop and flex your foot. Open your hip and then bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Bring the left leg up, reach between the legs and hold the back of the left thigh. Imagine you're trying to send your right knee forwards and find that position until you get a stretch through your leg. I'm just going to hold it here. You might want to put a cushion or something under your head to make this a little bit more comfortable. And then lower down and repeat that on the other side. So left leg comes up, flex the foot, rotate through your hip so the ankle comes down onto the thigh, and then lift the legs up, hold it here for a stretch. Good. Bring that leg down, come up to sitting, and we're going to finish with a rolling exercise into a teaser. So we're going to do 3 rolling like a ball, 2 open leg rockers, and 1 teaser. And we're going to repeat that maybe 2 or 3 times. So rolling like a ball, rock to the back of your seat bones, hold the shins, holding one wrist if you can. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale back. Exhale up. Try and balance every time. Balance here. Extend your legs. Open leg rocker. Inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up, hold, legs together, reach the arms, hold it here. Good. Smile, pretend your legs aren't heavy, bend your knees. So we're going to do that again. So 3 rolling like a ball, inhale, roll back, exhale, roll up. Try and balance every time. Extend, open leg rocker, and do 2. Don't roll onto your neck. Balance, legs together, into a teaser. Good. Hold it here. Bend your knees. Once more, okay? Inhale, roll back, exhale up. Hold, open leg rocker. Together, reach the arms. Good. And back to center. Good. So if you want a bit more of a challenge, then we can work a little bit on our teasers here. So you can rock it into that teaser position if you need to. And then we are going to hold that teaser and we're going to start to lower and lift the legs. And then we're going to lower and lift the upper part of the body. And we are almost finished. So when you're ready, come into that teaser position. Hold. Keep the chest lifted, keep that abdominal scoop, and lower your legs down with control, and up, and down with control, and up. Last one, and up, and roll your upper body down, and up. Roll it down, up. Last one, and back to center. Lower everything down. Good, big stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Bring your feet down. And then we are going to just come into a little sidey twist thing. So you take your arms a little bit wider and just take both knees over to the right and turn your head and look over your left shoulder. Good. Hold it here. And then coming back to center, take the legs to the left, turn the head to the right, and hold here. Try to keep the shoulders on the mat. Don't let those shoulders lift up. And back to center. Bring the knees in. We're going to come onto all fours and we're just going to come into some cow and cat stretches just to get that spine moving and finish with a little bit of downward dog. I know it's that's a yoga pose, not Pilates, but we'll just borrow it just for today. So come onto all fours with your hands under your shoulders. Make sure those elbow pits are facing each other. Knees under hips. Make sure your toes aren't tucked under. Just let the feet relax. So you're in a neutral spine to begin with, and we are going to start at the tailbone. We're going to come into a cow stretch. So the tailbone is going to lift up, the lower back sinks down, the chest lifts up, and the head lifts up, and you're pushing the floor away. And then start at the tailbone, tuck the tailbone under, lift the low back, mid back, upper back, and the head drops down. Push the floor away. And then uncurl from tailbone to head. So try and work through each vertebra of your spine. Feel that nice stretch through the body. And then round into that nice cat stretch. Pushing the floor away. And lengthen again. And round into that big cat stretch. Good. And then back to that neutral position. So halfway between those two stretches. Tuck your toes under and then round your lower back, lift your abdominals and lift your knees and push your chest back to your thighs. Good. Push the floor away with your hands. Look towards your belly button. And then you can bend one knee and lower the other heel down. Keep pushing with those arms. And you can lower both feet down. Do whatever, feels good for the backs of your legs, your calves, your thighs. Really push the floor away. Take some deep breaths. Good. And then lower your knees down. Sit back on your heels. Circle your shoulders round. And we'll do a couple of little neck stretches. I'm just going to come this way. So I'm going to come down to sitting actually. So sitting cross-legged and then just sit on one hand, palm up, and take hold of the side of your head and just gently bring your ear to your shoulder. Hold it here, nice little stretch for your neck. Back to center and then the other side. Good. And back to center. And then take one hand to the side, so it's not on the floor, it's just a bit above the floor. Lift your fingers up and push the heel of your hand away, and then bring the opposite ear to the shoulder again. So a bit more of like a nervy stretch. And then back to center, and the other side, so push the heel of the hand away, fingertips up, ear to shoulder. Good. Just circle your wrists around, give them a shake if you need to, if they feel a little bit tight. And we'll take one arm across the body, just pull that arm back. And the other side. And back to center. Good. So I really hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for joining me. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if there are any Pilates videos that you would like to see, then message or comment below and I will see what I can do to help. Thanks again. See you soon.